In a quiet village named Durian Runtuh, life went on peacefully, calm, ordinary. No one expected that a virus from the forest would soon change everything.
Have you ever heard a virus so deadly? It can wipe out the entire village in just weeks. In today's segment, we explore the deadly virus that shook the world, that is Ebola. Ebola is a rare but severe illness caused by the Ebola virus. It spreads through direct contact with a blood, body fluids, or tissues of infected people or animals. The symptoms start suddenly by fever, fatigue, muscle pain, diarrhea, vomiting, and in many cases, bleeding. The virus first appeared in 1976 near the Ebola River in what is now the Democratic Republic of Congo. Since then, it caused several deadly outbreaks, mostly in Africa.
In the darkness of a cave, fruit bats hang upside down. Though they don't fall sick, these animals are silent carriers of something far more dangerous.
But one story that deeply moved me comes from a small village. I'm currently in Kampung Durian, a place severely hit by the Ebola virus. So today we are here with the one of the survivor of Ebola virus, Mr. Rafi. Mr. Rafi, thank you for speaking with us. Can you tell us what the hardest part of your experience with Ebola?
Well, the harder part is I must watching my people that I love to fall sick and not knowing that I will be the next. I feel helpless but I kept fighting.
Okay, what the symptoms you experienced and when did you realize that it might be Ebola?
Firstly, I was feel fever and fatigue, and then I had a muscle pain and vomiting, and eventually I have bleeding. And that time I was thinking that if this is something serious and I need to take action about.
Thank you, Mr. Rafi, for your courage. That's how we know how the pathogenic Ebola is.
Ebola is a dangerous virus. It can spread when someone talks closely. Ebola spreads through body fluids. If you shake hands with someone who has the virus, you can get infected. Sharing food is also risky. If the person is sick, their saliva can carry the virus.
Small towns turn quiet. Shops close, markets are empty. Small traders relying on daily sales go bankrupt. No customers, no supply, and no income.
So behind me, you can see the whole shop are being closed due to Ebola disease.
The economic chain breaks, not from recession, but from an invisible enemy.
Alright, here we can see that this is the only paddy fields that left after the outbreak. It is the only source of food that left since the pandemic began.
As the outbreak spreads, farms go silent. Farmers can't tend to their fields. Once green crops begin to wither, food supply drops, vegetables rot unharvested, rice goes uncollected, land lies barren, not because of drought, but fear. Beyond health and wealth, emotions suffer too. Health workers disinfect homes with strong chemicals, erasing every trace of life. There are no goodbyes, no visits, only hazmat suits and silence. What's left behind is memory and the sting of disinfectants replacing tears.
Government didn't just send medicine, but they sent knowledge. Health officers visited homes teaching proper hand washing techniques because In a crisis like this, knowledge is the first and fastest vaccine.
And also clean our nails by rubbing it against our butts. And then we must also wash the back of our hands and then rinse it with clean water. And lastly, as well with clean tissue. That's all. Thank you.
Ebola is not one country's problem. It is a global challenge. At critical moments, countries came together. Across negotiation tables, they built joint strategies. A simple signature could mean millions of lives saved.
But even in the darkest moments, hope shines through. In labs around the world, scientists peer into microscopes, searching for answers. No capes or fame, just lab coats, quiet courage, and relentless persistence. Research became the first line of defense to detect, to test, and eventually to find a cure.
In 2015, the Ebola vaccine RVS with Sabov was successfully tested in Africa. It gave new hope, and in the years that followed, this vaccine helped prevent fresh outbreaks and save thousands of lives.
Before we end this documentary, here are some fast facts about Ebola. First, Ebola works fast. Symptoms can show up just 2 to 21 days after infection. Second, the virus can survive for days in cold place, like on a surface in a fridge. Some people survive Ebola and their blood can help people recover. Their blood has strong antibodies. Lastly, even sweat can carry Ebola if the person is very sick. That's why hygiene is super important during outbreaks. This virus may be small, but its impact is vast. Yet in every crisis, humanity rises and hope always survives.